On this edition of Shelby This Week, plans for blight. We've got the first look at what the old Big Boy site will look like after construction. And we'll tell you when you can expect retailers to open shop. Charlie?
A new fire station is coming to Shelby Township. Coming up, how much it'll cost and where it'll be located.
And honoring volunteers, how residents are giving back and being celebrated for their service. It's all to come on Shelby This Week. (8,300 square feet. That's the size of the location of the old Big Boy site that's been quite the site over the last few years. This is a picture of the blighted location and what it will look like thanks to the township's planning and zoning department.
I think Van Dyke and 21 Mile it's a very busy intersection in the township, and people, when they drive by, they hate seeing that. You know, that doesn't represent Shelby Township, and that's why we were so aggressive about it, and that's, I think, why we got so much traction. Because, you know, so many people see it and so many people want it gone. And so now that we're getting it moving, I think people are really excited about that.
The property will be home to many retailers. Right now, though, the only officially confirmed tenant is Art Van's Pure Sleep. The old Big Boy will be torn down in July and construction will start in August, with an overall cost of $1.2 million. The hope is to have it all done by November. Site plan approved. After years of talks to build a new fire station, Shelby Township is moving forward with construction. Charlie Cadato explains how much it'll cost and why officials say it's needed.
Right now, there isn't much to see at this 4-acre site. It's been sitting empty for quite some time, but soon this land will be home to Shelby Township's 5th fire station.
When we look at it, there's a definite need for an additional station and additional manpower because of the run volumes.
Fire Chief Jim Swinkowski says a new station is needed because the southeastern portion of the township gets a lot of calls. The station will be located on Shaner, just north of 21 Mile.
Fires, car accidents, medical emergencies, everything has gone up.
And he says there's been talk to start construction for years.
The original master plan back in the early 90s, late 80s, actually called for 5 stations.
Now those plans are coming to life. Just this week, the Board of Trustees approved the site plan for the new station, expected to be 7,400 square feet. The actual construction will cost $1.9 million.
The best news is that this will not impact the operating budget of Shelby Township. It's already been baked into the 5-year forecast.
The land was purchased back in 2012, and the money for this project comes from the fire department's capital improvement fund. Swinkowski says a rough economy prevented construction in the past, but this year, it's the real deal.
It will house 3 to 4 firefighters, but obviously looking long-term, 30, 40 years down the road, it has the ability for 6.
He says based on the run volumes and population, that southeastern portion actually gets the most fire and EMS runs. Earlier this year, to help with that demand, the Township Board approved the hiring of 3 new firefighters.
We're up to 19 firefighters per shift, and that's the first staff increase we've had since 2005.
And the chief says he hopes to have the station open and ready to take calls by the end of this year. For Shelby This Week, I'm Charlie Cadato.
Shelby Police are offering a new perk for residents. Officers Mark Benedettini and Joseph Wojcik have been certified to install car seats and conduct safety inspections by the state of Michigan.
The goal here is to make sure that the kids are safe in their seats. Most people buy these seats, but they don't install them properly, and that's why they're there.
Car seat inspections can take up to 25 minutes and can be done by appointment only at the Shelby Police Department. The Downtown Development District will now extend along the Van Dyke corridor from the Utica city limits to 26 Mile Road. Shelby Township officials approved an updated development and tax increment financing plan. Extending the boundary will allow the DDA to capture additional taxes for new developments approved at the intersection of Van Dyke and 26 Mile Road, including the new Kroger going in now. Lake St. Clair has never looked better. That's the message Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle presented at the annual Celebrate the Lake Weekend kickoff. At the press conference held at McRae Harbor, the success of the Blue Economy Initiative was highlighted.
the most important part about it is getting people reacquainted with what we have and this beautiful asset here in the state of Michigan, in particular Macomb County. You think about it, Lake St. Clair is the busiest freshwater lake than any lake during the summer months. And boy, you couldn't find a better day than this.
The purpose of the Blue Economy Initiative is to create greater awareness about Lake St. Clair and protect and preserve its natural assets. And so far, it's been successful. More than $4 million in grants have been awarded to improve the habitat for fish, among many other accomplishments. Being located in the Senior Center, we've gotten to know and become friends with a lot of people who frequent the building. And we couldn't have been more excited to see some of those familiar faces at the Senior Center Volunteer Dinner. There were more than 100 people at the event, and those honored achieved 24 hours of volunteering within the year. Volunteering ranged from decorating to making lunch to feeding the homeless. Congratulations to everyone who were honored at the dinner, and thank you for your service. Still ahead on Shelby this week, pest control. There's a way you can keep those flowers in your garden from getting eaten up by bugs. We'll tell you all about the solution, which is actually more bugs. Dan?
Coming up, I'm going to tell you how a $77 million project is making life easier for students and their parents here at Oakland University.
We'd like to take a moment and talk about severe weather and tips that can keep you safe. Thunder and lightning storms happen all the time. Do you know what to do to keep your family safe? Be aware, if you hear thunder, you are within distance of being struck by lightning. If you're outside, look for shelter inside a large building, home, or in a hardtop vehicle, and remember to stay away from windows. If lightning does strike your home, dial 911 immediately and move to a safer place, such as a neighbor's home. During a lightning storm, there is no safe place outside. Do not seek shelter under a pavilion, as this type of structure does not provide enough safety for you. Never stand under a tree during a lightning storm. As there's many technical reasons for this, just remember a tree can and will be used as a lightning rod. If somebody is struck by lightning, call 911 immediately.
Oakland University is making a major change to its campus layout. Our Dan Myers was at the recent groundbreaking for the new plans that will benefit students. Dan?
I'm here at Oakland University, where on Wednesday they had their groundbreaking ceremony for their brand new $77 million student housing project. And directly behind me is the future site, where they hope to increase the percentage of on-campus living.
For the last 9 months, we've been involved in a campus master planning process. We knew we were going to meet the needs of students, frankly, that want to live on campus, and we didn't have the facility for them. So really, within a short 18 months, 20 months, we've gone from ground zero to groundbreaking today. This process will take about 2 years. The plan is to actually open this up for our new residents by the fall of 2018.
But it doesn't stop there. Oakland University's president also spoke about the need for more classroom space, along with adding amenities for students living on campus.
So not only will it have 750 beds for our students, but we'll have a dining facility here for 400 students and staff and faculty to come and enjoy not only the view, but some excellent food. Also, it's important to note that we'll have some classrooms in this facility because we are in desperate need of more classroom facilities for our students as well. So it'll really serve a multitude of uses. This will provide an opportunity for us to move to one of our goals is to have approximately 20% of our student body living on campus.
OU's president isn't the only one that felt the importance of adding living spaces on campus for students. Former resident assistant Allie Nixon tells us more.
Assignments go out on the contracts, and before June they're already filled and we have to put a waiting list. So we are absolutely in need, and I'm pretty sure that we'll still be in need even when this building is built.
For me, living on campus is so important because it forces you outside your comfort zone and allows you to fully immerse yourself into the college experience.
Our students will find a place where they can be embraced for who they are today.
To some, Oakland is a home away from home. To others, it could be their only home. So with expanding, we are allowing others to create whatever kind of home they need it to be and to create their own amazing college experience.
And back in studio, Dan, is this the last of the groundbreaking?
No, actually, it sounds like they might have a couple more buildings in mind. When I was talking to the resident PA, or former resident PA, she sounded like they needed a lot more space for student housing.
Right, because the majority of the students are actually commuters.
Right, it's majority is like Oakland County, Wayne County, and Macomb County. And just driving up there at 9:30 in the morning, it was just hectic. I mean, the expressway was just packed. It was hard to get off the exit. So I can see a lot more people wanting to stay on campus as opposed to driving from either 3 of those counties or 4 of those counties.
Yeah,
so.
And they've been making some really great changes to campus, so we're excited to see that
Yeah, absolutely.
going
It's a
as well.
gorgeous campus. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out.
Right, thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Keeping your pets healthy and safe is every owner's priority. Our own Stacy Santatera has information from Animal Control that can help you do just that.
The Macomb County Animal Control, in conjunction with All About Animals, invite you to a low-cost vaccine and microchip clinic at Freedom Hill Amphitheater.
So vaccines will be $10 for each vaccine. So your rabies, your distemper, your FVRCP, which are for felines. Then also we'll have heartworm testing for $20. We'll be selling heartworm preventative and also flea prevention.
And the vaccinations themselves are important on so many levels.
What you're doing is you're giving your animal immunity, trying to give it some sort of immunities to a lot of these viruses that are out there. And I think that's important.
It's also important to microchip your pet. Did you know that without proper identification, 90% of lost pets never find their way home?
It looks like she has a chip.
Veterinarians and animal control facilities always look for microchips in lost pets.
That's why it's just so important, because you're getting this microchip for $20, and you could have our microchips are lifetime enrollment. So you're paying a one-time fee, lifetime enrollment. We enroll the microchip for you, so you don't have to do anything other than show up and get the microchip with your pet.
Nothing.
I am really impressed, because I'm from Macomb County, and that's why I'm here, because I love my county. I want to do something, positive for it. I think majority of people are vaccinating their dogs, and I think more and more when we have the low-cost vaccine clinics, I see more and more people coming out to them. The awareness for animal welfare in our community has grown tremendously. I think we have a lot, in Macomb County, we have a lot of strong animal lovers.
The low-cost vaccination and microchip clinic takes place June 25th at Freedom Hill Amphitheater. For more information, contact the Macomb County Animal Control or go to allaboutanimalsrescue.org. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Santatera.
There's a lot of physical and emotional benefits that come with having a dog, but few people think about the bacteria and germs that can come from your pet. Before you let your dog give you a kiss on the mouth, we talked to a veterinarian about the bacteria and germs that will make you want to avoid those slobbery smooches.
The general perception that a dog's mouth is cleaner than the typical person's mouth is incorrect. Dogs' mouths typically don't get dental work done nearly as often as in you and I's world, so it's a very different population of bacteria. We still go to the dentist twice a year for teeth cleanings, and while it is my recommendation for yearly teeth cleanings in a lot of these individuals, we oftentimes don't see our canine patients for that quite as often, and so there's a lot of leftover plaque, tartar buildup, gum disease, gingivitis that you and I keep under control even with our routine work that a dog doesn't necessarily have access to.
Dogs have been known to pass on things like salmonella, but if you love giving your dog kisses, experts say make sure you're brushing their teeth regularly or use chew bones that prevent bacteria buildup. Everywhere you look, flowers are blooming. If you've seen an exceptional looking garden, let those gardeners know. The township is accepting nominations for the annual Beautification Awards. Gardens at homes or businesses can be nominated, and you can also nominate yourself. The committee will then review the nominated gardens in July, and the winners will be announced in the fall. You can contact the clerk's office at this number listed here, or send an email at tritchie@shelbytownship.org. And those gardens that are beautiful enough to win awards might have a secret weapon you don't know about. Ladybugs. They're actually a great tool for pest control, and English Gardens gave away 500,000 of them for customers over the weekend.
It helps to eliminate those pests such as aphids, spider mites, and other soft-bodied insects that eat our plants. Well, a ladybug will eat 85 times its weight in aphids, and during its lifetime it will eat something like 5,000 aphids. So that's a lot of aphids that they take care of.
Now don't worry, if you missed out on the deal, you still have time to get your bag of ladybugs. English Gardens sells them in-store for $10, but the sale will only last until July, so if you want to keep those pests from wreaking havoc on your roses, you better head over there soon. A new Community Choice Credit Union is coming to Shelby Township. The new location will be the first new building to feature Credit Union New Members Center design, which is a revolutionary open concept model to enhance your experience with financial services. The new building is located at 23 Mile near Hayes Road and is slated to open in the fall. Still to come on Shelby this week, celebrating decades of delicious products. Find out which two Michigan-based companies are bringing out the cake and the balloons for their big anniversaries. And reaching out, we'll tell you all about a group of adults who come every year from Canada for a Tigers game. But they're not just coming for the sport, but for the connection to our township. Stay tuned.
Hi residents of Macomb County, I'm your Chief Animal Control Officer, Jeff Randazzo, and I just want to take a moment and talk to you about the Gibraltar Trade Center adoptions. One, we're very thankful to Gibraltar Trade Center for allowing us to do adoptions, and ever since its inaugural grand opening on August 29th, we have adopted out more than 50 animals every Saturday from 10 to 2. So if you are looking for a pet or family member, we'd love for you to come there. Again, it's Saturday 10 to 2. Over at Gibraltar Trade Center in Mount Clemens. And we bring all the animals, the homeless animals, here from Macomb County Animal Control that were picked up in your community. So it's your way of getting involved, and thank you for all your support. We truly are blessed to have you here.
Welcome back. Here for a couple high school sports announcements is Shelby TV's Nick Buckler.
Yeah, Kelly, the school year is winding down, and for sports, that means one thing: playoffs. Shelby TV Sports was there for all of the Utica Chieftain and Eisenhower Eagle action. If you missed any of it, we've got you covered. You can catch all the soccer, lacrosse, baseball, and softball action on our upcoming Shelby TV Sports special.
Airing times and information, head to Shelby TV Facebook page.
And for students looking to take advantage of a unique fitness opportunity, there's a developmental camp going on this summer.
The Eisenhower High School weightlifting and speed camp is from June 20th to July 28th. There will be training for specific sports and speed and agility sessions coached by a former NFL player. The cost for the session is $100.
For more information on the camp and the registration form, head to ucscommunityeducation.com.
141 years. Saunders has been a part of our lives for decades upon decades, and now the company is ready to celebrate its big anniversary.
The best part is the stories people tell us. You can meet someone who's 102, and people are bringing their grandparents in for a tour, and they remember when they were 6 years old going downtown to Hudson's, and a hot fudge cream puff was their reward.
Saunders started in 1875 and has been delighting people ever since. From the chocolate to the fudge,
there's nothing like a chocolate waterfall,
to all of the candy, visiting the Clinton Township factory is quite literally going to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
It's good. The Tootsie Rolls, them roll up.
We took the tour ourselves just to see how Saunders works. As we walked around, they were making caramel bites. And a fun fact, those candies they mess up on are all sold at the St. Clair Shores store.
It's products that just aren't perfect,
as their blooper candies. After the tour, we were let loose inside the candy store where we couldn't help but go a little crazy over the chocolate. Go long! If you're interested in taking a tour, you can see their new room in their museum and get to see how the candy is made for yourself.
Everybody keeps wanting more sea salt caramels.
There's a lot of deals going on for the anniversary as well.
It has a lot of history, but then it has a lot of new elements. And we just want everybody to come see it, and it's free, so if you don't have anything to do this summer, bring the kids.
And another Michigan-based company is celebrating a big anniversary as well. Verner's is celebrating 150 years, making it the oldest pop in the U.S. And while we were at Saunders, they tied the two nostalgic products together to make a traditional Boston cooler. The perfect summer treat consists of Verner's and vanilla ice cream, and then they're blended together. So if you're looking for a fun way to celebrate these anniversaries, this would be the way to do that. Community Living Toronto is a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting people with intellectual disabilities. Every year, with the help of Michael Ward, a group of individuals from the Toronto area attend an overnight trip, which includes a Detroit Tigers versus Toronto Blue Jays game.
Well, this is our 14th year of bringing in people from Community Living Toronto out of the Toronto area. First year we did a small outing for a Red Wing game. Then 14 years since that time we've done a Tiger game every year. We've done 3 Michigan hockey games over that time, 2 Michigan State football games, 3 Piston games. They're all intellectually and developmentally challenged adults. In Toronto, they're part of a program where they give them independent living and they give them a purpose in life and they make them contribute and they have fun doing it and the people feel important. It's been incredibly successful because so many people help me. I just couldn't do it myself. Every year the Tigers donate 50 tickets through the charitable organization that they have. This year I was lucky enough to get Hyatt Place Hotel in Utica, donated 12 rooms. How awesome. Well, Uno's, where we're at today, 14 years have been hosting the party, and it's great that businesses like mine and other ones in this area, like Uno's and the Hyatt Place and the many others that help, realize that's important. Let's give them an experience like they've never had. Just a thank you to everybody in the community that helps us with this, from the different businesses and individuals. And for most of these people, when they go back to Toronto, the whole year, that's all they talk about till the next year's event. It's an amazing program for these adults, and we change their lives forever. It makes you feel good.
And that's it for us here at Shelby this week. You can watch us all the time on Facebook. Just search Shelby TV. And high schoolers all over Macomb County got all dressed up for prom. So we'll leave you now with scenes from prom as they took pictures here at Heritage Garden. Thanks for watching.